Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Make sure you share the live now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the hottest edition. This is the 5 o'clock hour with your host, Russ Sills, the JMO Talk Show, right here on Facebook Live. Yes, we're here at 5 p.m. No, it's nothing wrong with your dial. It's here. We're live. Tonight we have a great show in store for y'all, man. We have author, entrepreneur, Mr. Quentin Harris. All right, he's here with me tonight to promote his new book. A new children's book, actually. It's pretty nice, man. I Am, Affirmation for Children. All right, so we're going to talk to Mr. Quentin Harris in a few minutes. But make sure y'all share the live. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure y'all share the live, all right? Shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all, man. So don't forget, after the show is going to be on my Facebook page at 8 p.m. So tell a friend, we here, all right? Mr. Quentin Harris, author, entrepreneur of I Am, Affirmations for Children. New book, new children book is in stores now, all right? So let's start this show off. Good evening, Mr. Quentin Harris.
Big Russ, what's going on, man?
What's going on, my brother, man? What's happening?
Hey, man, it's all good. Before we get started, man, I want to thank you for having me on your show, bro. It's an honor to be on your show, and it's an honor for me to be able to speak to your audience. And I got some fam out there as well, so let me give them a shout out real quick.
Okay.
To all of my fam, my blood fam, thank you for participating. All my friends, just like family, thank you. All my chore people, all my people from DeKalb, Eastside Medical, all the hospitals represent for me. I appreciate it. One special shout out, two special shout outs actually. My aunt, Barbie, she's been pushing my book relentlessly. She's been driving sales to me just every day, sales all day. So a special shout out to her, and a special shout out to my OG, Mr. Gerald, always praying for me, always keeping me covered. You know what I'm saying? So a big shout out to them too, man.
Well, Q, man, it's been a long time coming. Let me just let the listeners know how we kind of connect. Actually, me and Quentin, we work together. This is my my team lead. This is the man that when I work on the weekend, this is the go-to guy, man. This is a very strong, very integrity type of guy, man. So, we had this conversation back, 2 years ago, actually. And when he found out that I do a podcast, and I said, yeah, I do a podcast. And he told me that, I'm coming out with a children's book. This was 2 years ago, and I said, "Okay, cool. When the book is published, I want to get you on the show, no doubt." Actually, the book was supposed to actually be out last year, but of course, the whole pandemic situation, we push it back to 2021. But we here, you know what I'm saying? With God grace, we here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So Quentin, man, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
I read the book. My daughter loved the book. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's first thing first. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
So let's get started, man. So what's happening? What's happening? I see you getting ready. I know from here we're going straight to work. We're on a tight schedule tonight, man. So I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you taking time, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. You know what? When you try to be a boss, man, you got to suck it up and do what's necessary to promote yourself.
Right.
I'm rolling out the trunk. I have no publisher. I'm self-published. Everything's done by me. So if the interview is right before work, then guess what? We got to make it happen, man.
Right. So tell us, my listeners, my Facebook live listeners, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who
Okay,
is
well,
Mr. Quentin Q. Harris?
yes, indeed. So yeah, born and raised right here in the ATL. Really proud of that, man. Come from humble beginnings, I'll call it. We didn't have a lot, but we had a family, man. We had a grandmother who pretty much kept our family together, man. And the people in my generation, I think we're doing better than most kids that grew up in our age. You know what I'm saying? We still here. Some of us got into some issues, but we worked through them, man. And I'm a living testimony that if you have people in your corner that believe in you and that's praying for you, you can come through all that stuff. I grew up in the 80s, so I just put a little asterisk right there. What was going on in the 80s. So we came through all of that,
Right.
and now, man, I stand before you as a man of God. I'm not the best at being what he's called me to be, but every day I wake up and I get another chance. So, yeah, man, I work here. As you mentioned, I work with you at CHOA in the ED. My passion when I come to work is providing the best experience that we can provide to our families. That means a lot to me because my little girl, Quinn, she's autistic, and she was a patient at the Marcus Autism Center.
Right.
And the way that they treated us made me want to work for CHOA. The reason why I even applied is because how those ladies treated us over at CHOA, man, over at our Marcus. So I'm proud to be there, man. I got a great team. We got a great department. And we just doing what we do, man. Trying to please these families as best as we can in our department.
No doubt.
I hope that answers your question.
Well, Q, let me just try to chime in for a little bit. And you said something that really stick with me. We like a family, you know what I'm saying, over there at CHOA Hospital. We actually in the ED, emergency room. So we see it all. We see it all. Anything that you could think about, we've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, we have a tight family. And Quentin, man, as a leader, man, I must say I'm whenever I do get that promotion, hopefully I don't know when, I
You'll
always
get it,
say,
bro.
man, I want to be just like Quentin, man. You know what I'm saying? Quentin, you really handle your business, and I appreciate everything you do. But again, transitioning from a field service technician working out there in the streets, climbing poles, a cable guy, transitioning into the medical field, I think it was one of the best thing I ever did in my life as far as career wise. And you made it kind of comfortable for me as well with the transition. You know what I'm saying? How you carry yourself and the leadership skills that you have, man. So I just wanted to commend you for that. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the book.
Yes,
The
sir.
book is I Am Affirmations for Children. You said that it's inspired by your two daughters, Quincy and Quinn Harris.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us a little bit about that. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that you see that a guy actually would write a children book. Not saying that they don't have authors out there that write children books, but inspired by their kids. So
Yes, sir.
let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about the new book, I Am, Affirmation for Children, and why you choose to write this children book.
Absolutely. So yeah, man, let's start with that inspiration. You know, anybody that knows me knows that I'm deeply, deeply in love with my children. I'm in love with my daughters. It's just not a parent child thing. It's not just a adult child thing. You know, I'm deeply connected to them. We have a special relationship. They're daddy's girls. The joke in my house is that if me and my wife ever divorce, you know, the kids are coming with me. Even though it's a joke, it's the truth. And
It's
she
a
best
joke.
believe that. She listening too. She better believe
Miss
that.
Harris,
They
Mrs.
mine.
Harris, it's just a joke. It's just a joke.
It ain't no joke. Let me tell you something. She had them, but they mine. You understand me? So, you know, she know what I'm talking about, man. And you know, it's just, it's me coming up with some emptiness in my heart growing up that, you know, I planned this. This what I have right now, it was planned. I saw it before it happened. And I said that I will be a father to them that they supposed to have. And that kind of piggybacks on affirmations. I used to say that to myself as a little boy. I remember as far as like 12 years old, I was saying that I'm going to be the best daddy to my children. And I spoke that, and I saw myself being the father that I am. And even though I still have some work to do, you know, I've always spoken it before it happened. And so the book actually is similar. The affirmations in this book, my big girl, Quincy, she's 10 now. When she was a little girl, maybe 3 years old, before I would take her to daycare, we would get in the mirror and we would say these affirmations. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am smart. And we would look in the mirror together and we would say these affirmations. And Quincy, she's a sweet, sweet child. She's a straight A student. She don't ask for nothing. I spoil her, but you know, she don't ask for nothing though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She put in her work and she make her daddy proud. And she knows that all you have to do is what we ask you to do. And you can have anything you want. You can do anything you want. And you know, she puts in the work and she gets it. And I thank God for that. But
Right.
I worked with her as a little kid, putting that foundation in her, making her believe that whatever you think you are, that's what you'll become. If you think like I was growing up, if I thought I was a thug, then that's what I became.
Right.
If I thought I was just some hoodlum in the street, then that's what I became. That's what I saw myself as. But as soon as I started changing my mentality and seeing myself as an accountant, I became an accountant. As soon as I saw myself graduating from college, I graduated from college. As soon as I saw myself being a family man, it happened. You know, I changed my self-image. And sometimes these kids are born into situations where their self-image is already tainted because of the environment that they're being raised in. And so this book is my contribution to the children that don't even know better yet. They're in a situation that they don't even know is a bad situation. And I'm praying that my book will fall into those hands of the kids who need to see themselves in a different light so that when they do take flight and become an adult, they'll have a strong level of confidence, self-esteem. They won't have to deal with, especially with my girls. Any young man step into my girls thinking that they're going to prey on them because they got low self-esteem, they sadly mistaken. They're gonna have the self-esteem and they're gonna have the game that daddy gonna teach them. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what the book is about. The book is about giving these kids some type of balance. The hip hop guys, they're doing their entertainment, and at the same time, kids are mocking that type of behavior.
Right.
Some of us adults, in what I call the real world, we have to bring another piece to the puzzle and give them some type of balance so that they can balance out what they're seeing on TV and what they're seeing in the real world. Because being thugged out and smoked out and trying to get a job, that's not going to happen. You
Right.
know, you can get a business, but even in the business, you're going to have some level of balance where you understand that in order to have a successful business, some things you're going to have to learn how to do, some things you're going to have to learn how to be. And so that's just my way of contributing to that equation and bringing balance to these kids.
Right. I want to just kind of show the listeners just a little bit about the book right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So the book has a mirror. Every page has a mirror. So basically, what Quentin is saying is that when your child is reading the book, they could look at themselves in the mirror in the book, and it says, "I am beautiful." So when your child is saying "I am beautiful," they are looking at themselves in the book. You see what I'm saying? I am
Right.
handsome. When a young little boy looking at the book and he said, "I am handsome," he's looking at himself. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, the book is easy to read for your kids. You know what I'm saying? I tell Quentin, I say, Quentin, this book is very strong. You know, it got a lot of quality in it. The pictures is nice. I want to chime in about something that we had a talk about when you was writing the book. You
Mm-hmm.
did said that I want to make sure this book touch every nationality, not just because I'm a African American author. I want this book to be in the hands of a Caucasian child, a Jewish child, a Middle Eastern child, an African child, a British child, you name it. So in this book here, they have a picture on one page of all type of kids, nationality. You have Asian kids, Caucasian kids, even queens, African queen kids. So tell us a little bit about that. Why the reason why you decide to do that? I know that's a great marketing strategy, but explain to the listeners why you choose to do that.
Absolutely. So yeah, absolutely. The marketing side, yeah, is obvious. You don't want to just kind of what word am I looking for? Cripple yourself when you're trying to go to the market with your product. You want your product to be appealing to all audiences. As an African American man, I do understand that they don't promote our books like the books should be promoted. They
Yeah.
don't give sponsorships like our books. But at the same time, we have to understand as African American people that you still don't want to box yourself in because are we booming in book sales? I mean, let's be honest. Do Black people buy a lot of books? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unfortunately, not. And my reasoning for doing that is for the marketing side is as such. I want this book to be sought after by all races, all faiths. Now, my personal reasoning for this is that my children are amongst all types of kids. I grew up in an all Black neighborhood. I went to all Black school, and that is not reality. Reality nowadays, especially, is very diverse. Kids they're innocent. These issues that we have, these social issues that we have as adults, we actually teach these kids how to be indifferent towards each other. But when you see kids that haven't been tainted, they'll play together, they love each other together, they do anything together. My daughter's outside right now in the front of the yard here, riding a bike with such a diverse group of kids, and they all love each other. And as an adult and as a father, I did not want to cater to one culture because we're here together, we work together. And if we're talking about children, we have to set the foundation early so that when those outside influences come that makes these kids indifferent, they'll have something in place to help them make the right decision. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense.
One other thing I
Also,
wanted to point out too, Russ, that the storybook, and I have a copy here. The book, I didn't make it into a storybook, so you'll see there's not a storyline, there's not a plot. And the reason why I did that is because I want the adults in these children's lives to sit down with these children, and I want them to explain well, what does being beautiful mean to your family? You know, I don't want to dictate what being beautiful means as I understand it. I want each family to go through this book and have the discussion with these children and explain it based on their religious beliefs, their cultural beliefs, their personal experiences. So that's why you don't see the typical, it's not the typical storyline in the beginning and the end. It's not like that. This is a mini manual for life. And this book, even though it's catering, the design is catering to little kids from ages 0 to 10, the conversation in this book will last you a lifetime.
Right. I must say, when I got the book, Quentin, I felt so proud of you, man. I felt so proud. I said, he did it. He did
Thank
it.
you.
You know what I'm saying? He did it. And believe it or not, Quentin, you inspire me. You know what I'm saying? That, I'm in the process of writing a book, not a children book, but a book.
Okay.
Couple of weeks, I went back home and I actually was at a book workshop. And the publisher, the lady, Tashawn Phillip, she actually hold me accountable. She said, look, we have deadlines and we're not putting it off for no 4 or 5 years. We're getting this book done ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that I always wanted to do. I'm nervous because there's so much that into getting a book. Now, again, this book here, it might not seem like a lot, but it got a lot in it. If you understand what I'm saying. When I say it don't have a lot, meaning that a lot of words, but I have a lot of pictures and they have a lot of meaningful pictures. But it does take time. It does take time, Quentin.
Yeah.
And like I said, we talked about this years ago. So tell us a little bit just about the background about getting this book started, published, even in the market right now. Some of the trials and tribulation that you have to go through.
Absolutely. Before I answer that question, I'm going to tell you, and you know how I am. Now that you told me your goal, you know I'm going to be asking you where we at with the book. You already know. You already know how I do. Don't tell
Yeah,
me you're going to do something,
yeah,
and especially if I inspired you to do it,
right.
and don't think that I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold you accountable, man.
I know you are.
I need to see the framework in a couple of months. I'm giving you a couple of months to show me
Well,
the at least the
well,
content, the
I
table of
got, I
content.
got, I got. So I just got the little rough draft right here,
Hey,
but it's
man, that's
due,
all you
it's
need.
due, it's due next week. It's due
Hey,
next
bro.
week. The rough draft. Yeah.
Hey, that's all you need to get started with a rough
Right.
draft. So let me ask you a question. So this book, like you mentioned earlier, the book had been in my mind since my little girl was 3. I finally got it done in 2017, finally printed and received into my home this year. As a matter of fact, in February, during Black History Month. So
Right.
yeah. But some of the things, I'll just tell you some of the process, just in case there's some other aspiring authors out there. For a picture book to be illustrated, if you can't draw like myself, you have to find an illustrator, which you're gonna have to pay them to do your drawings. You know, if this is just like somebody independent, not your boy, not your homegirl, if this is a stranger, you're gonna have to pay. But for me, I know how to find resources for cheap, and I think my cost to my illustrator was about maybe like $200. That's it. And what we would do was I would draw my little stick people and tell the artist what I wanted her to do. And she would do what she thought I was trying to say. She'd send it to me. I'd say, no, do this. I'd send it back. And so we would go back and forth until we got page 1 right.
Right.
Then we would move to page 2. And so that was the process until we got the book finished. And it probably took us like maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 months to get it finished. And I think that's like on the extreme side. It may have been a little bit less than that, but 3 months at the most. And that was the easy part. The
Right.
hard part, and the way that I tried to go about doing it was I tried to find a publisher to publish the book. And I sent out my information, my storyline, all that stuff to at least 15 different publishers and got turned down by every last one of them.
Wow.
But that's what I was expecting. I was expecting to get turned down, and I was expecting for them to say what I'm about to say. Each one of them said, hey, this is not our type of thing. This isn't something that fits into our tradition,
Wow.
and we're not interested.
A publisher
And
said that?
that's,
Wow.
say again?
A publisher?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, because you got to
Wow.
understand, they probably get so many of these things all day. You know, they don't care about how they word their denial. They're just trying to move on to the next one to find out their next big hit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's what I already knew that they were going to say, because it's not a traditional book. I want to break tradition. That was my whole point. I don't want my book to be like every other book on the shelf. I want it to be able to break a tradition where there's a character, there's a storyline, there's a plot, there's a climax to the story, and, you know, the end. You know, that's not what I was trying to do, not with this book at least. So after being turned down and getting the confirmation that I was on the right track, because that's what it meant to me,
Right.
I started looking for a printing company here in the United States. And let me tell you, for an illustrated book with pictures and all this stuff in the United States, this book would have cost me almost $20,000 to make.
Wow.
And I would have had to pay, I mean, I would have had to sell this book for a price that's just, you can't sell children's books for a price that I would have to sell it for to
Right.
recoup that money. And so I had to go out of the country with it and pay a fraction of that cost. You know what I'm saying? I won't go into detail of how much, but it was nowhere near $20,000. That's for sure. So yeah, I had to go outside of the country and get it printed, and it was a great experience with these people. They worked with me. They knew I was a first-time author. There were some changes that I needed to make to the book that would have required me to contact my illustrator, but I made all the changes myself. And, you know, just saving money. So a little Photoshop knowledge I got. The people that was printing the book, they helped me along the way. And we got it done, man. So, yeah.
A lot of time, a lot of time, a lot
Yeah,
of time,
a lot of
time.
back and
Yes.
forth, a lot of patience. I wanted to have it ready for Christmas so I can sell it during that season, but it wasn't going to happen, man.
But
It's
the
all
most
good.
important is it's here.
That's
And
it.
I think that this book needs to be in every preschool and every daycare, um, you name it, every hospital, any children's hospital right now. This is something that when kids are down or they think that they're out, they should pick up this book and read it to
Let me
inspire them, build their self-esteem.
let me
Because,
chime
like,
in on that.
yeah,
Yeah, and I thank you for saying it, man. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, I donated about 20 books to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. What's her name? Sherry, I think it's Sherry Anderson, if I'm not mistaken. I can pull up her name in my email, but for the second time, Sherry. She's over when people want to donate to the hospital, the gifts that they receive, it goes through Sherry. She's the director of that. And Sherry told me that they're going to have those books in all 3 campuses and all of their outpatient centers, especially over at Marcus, because that's where my journey and my daughter's journey started with the children's healthcare experience. So
no doubt.
they'll have some at Marcus, they'll have some over in all the hospitals and the outpatient centers. And if I had to donate more, I'd donate more. So we got that going. What is it? Laurel Heights, what do I want to call it? The hospital for children that's socially challenged, I'll call it.
Right.
The CEO, Mr. What's his name? Patrick Daniels. He's the CEO over there. He received a book, him and the head psychologist over there, and they loved it. They're going to actually purchase some of the books, and actually they're reading the books to the kids. I hope they've already done it, but last week was the last time I spoke to them, and they were going to read the book to the little kids. So yeah, man, I'm making some moves. And while I'm on the subject of people that I'm connecting with, I connected with LaTruth. He's a hip hop artist, R&B artist. He got a new single out called I think it's Drop It on the Floor or something like that. I got it. I had it pulled up, but I lost it. But he's on Instagram _LaTruth. And it's hot, man. It's hot. So I just spoke with him. I'm going to send the book to him and see if he can introduce it on his platform. He got over 1 million followers, Facebook and Instagram. Right. And he got 2 nice singles. The one that I heard recently was Drop It to the Floor. And it's really hot. So, yeah, man, just making some moves, man.
Right, right. But listen, I'm going to make sure that this book, I Am, is going to be in the Caribbean. I know your wife also have Latino blood in her as well. So I know that this book here is going to be going all the way to Brazil, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brazil, yeah, no doubt. But we're going to make
Shout out to my Brazil family. I forgot to shout them out. My pai, como vai, tudo bem, te amo. I just had to get him a shout out, man. I don't know how I forgot about that. I don't know how I forgot about that.
You weren't here to end of that.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
we're gonna get this book here, Quentin. We're gonna get this book in my hometown, the U.S. Virgin Islands. This book is, like I said, is a very nice book. We got a lot of preschools and daycares down there, and I think that it should be something that also in the hospital, in St. Thomas and St. Croix. The children unit, we definitely have to get this book in there. So I'm gonna make some connects. We're gonna make some moves, Quentin. But this book, I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna get this networking, this promotion going, where this book is every hospital that we could get in the Caribbean. We're gonna make sure to get a picture of it and send it to you to show you that, look, man, this book is nice. It's needed. It's well needed for kids, man. I wanted just to read inside the book. I dedicated this book to my 2 daughters, Quincy and Quinn. I'm so blessed to be given the opportunity, responsibility, and privilege of being your father. Words alone does not express how much I love y'all. You both have inspired me in so many ways, and this book is a result of that inspiration. Always remember that you can be whatever you think you can be. The only thing that can stop you from becoming who and what you want to become is yourself. I will forever be grateful for the honor of being your daddy, and I will always love you. Quentin, that was really nice, man. So I know when they grow older and they look at this book and they say that, man, my dad actually write a book inspired by us. Trust me, man, this book is going to make you moves, man. It's making a move. I'm telling you, I'm really proud of you, man. Q, you're a man of your word. That everything that you said, it turns to gold. Or if it don't turns to gold, you're gonna make it happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen. And you know what? One thing about this, man, is that of course I want to make money with the book. Of course I want to touch lives with this book. But if it doesn't move, if the inventory that I have never leaves this house, I've left a legacy for my daughters. And that was number 1 on my list of reasons why I wanted to get this done. There's a lot of things that I want to X off my list of things that I've done. And I'm putting a lot of things on the list that I have done that is going to leave that legacy for my children. And when it's my time, this is something that my children can pass on from generation to generation. And, the Harris name will continue to move forward, man.
No doubt, no doubt. So Q, you're also an entrepreneur. I see that you got some other things in the working. So what else you got going on that we should be looking forward in the near future?
Yeah, man. So like I mentioned earlier that my passion when I come to work, my passion is customer service. Making people feel like they're in my home. When you come to my home, you sit down, you get served. You don't have to do anything when you come to my house. You sit down, you be comfortable, and I serve you, or my wife serves you, or my children serves you, and we make you feel good. When you come into Choa, it's like coming into my house. And I get in trouble sometimes, but I can't help it. When I see a need, if no one is responding to the need, I'm going to respond within my capability. Of course, I'm not a doctor. I can't do that. I'm not I'm not clinical. I can't do any clinical stuff. But if you need a warm blanket and your nurse haven't given you that blanket, I'm gonna give you that blanket. If you need some water, I'm gonna get you that water. If you need me to carry that stroke, you came in through the wrong side of the hospital, you made it to the ED and got to keep walking around that corner to the front, I will carry that heavy stroller or that heavy, the car seat.
Yeah.
I'm going to carry it for that mother because I see on her face that she's done,
Right.
and now she got to walk a little bit more. So, sometimes I get chastised about that, but that's my passion, being an advocate for customers. And so I have a business called Negative Star Reviews. Negative Star Reviews came out of that passion of making sure that customers have a voice when their experience is not what it should have been. And so, for example, if you write reviews, you'll see a lot of one-star reviews that says, "Oh, I'm only leaving you this one-star review because I can't leave you negative stars or 0 stars." And so I saw that a lot over the years, and I saw myself saying the same thing. I have terrible experiences, and the only thing that I can give them is 1 star, a positive star still.
Right.
That, for me, that was like, okay, you don't even deserve this 1 star.
Right.
And so Negative Star Reviews gives the consumer the voice that they've asked for. I've done my research, and over, they want to give less than 1 star. And so Negative Star Reviews was born out of being a customer as well as being on the customer service side, where we have a service issue and we're losing a customer. And I was able to recover this customer by listening, simple processes of listening to the customer and finding an alternative to satisfy their need.
Right.
Sometimes that's all that it takes. It's not, okay, well, if you want to go, you can go. For me, that's unacceptable. They came here to be served, and you just have the mentality that, well, it's their choice, they can leave if they want to. For me, that's unacceptable. Any business that accepts an unsatisfied customer is an unsatisfactory business. And so we're going to let these customers give these negative stars, and we're going to hold these companies accountable for these bad experiences. Now, on the surface, it'll seem like we're damaging the company's brand, and we are. That my intent is to make you feel what this customer feels. But on the back end, it's actually going to be a rebranding effect, because once we contact the company and we let them know, hey, there's a negative star review on our app, we'd like for you to join our corporate integrity program. That corporate integrity program is going to allow them to address this issue with the customer and make it right. Whatever make it right means to the customer and the company, they will work it out. Maybe a 50% discount, maybe a 10% discount, maybe a free meal at the restaurant, what have you. But at the end of the day, it needs to be some type of acceptance by these companies that this customer who spends their money on your products walked away unsatisfied. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you can't please everyone. And then, you have some customers who just, how they get.
Right.
But at the end of the day, these customers, without them, what do we have? Nothing. We were furloughed because we didn't have patients in the hospital. People were laid off their jobs because we didn't have patients in the hospital. Now that they're back, we're happy that they're back. So we need to treat them well. And I'm just using our hospital as an example.
Yeah,
this goes for anybody. Walmart, McDonald's, Amazon, anyone. So if your delivery was late and you ordered your daughter's birthday gift and the delivery showed up 5 days late, I mean, that's not a 1-star review. That's a negative star review because your little girl was disappointed that her gift didn't show up on her birthday. You understand?
Right.
And so we're going to put that negative review up there. We're going to contact the company and we're going to try to work it out. After the company works it out, we're going to give them what we call a badge of integrity that shows that this particular case has been resolved. Move to the next issue, you see? Right. And so also, that's the consumer side of my business. The other side of my business is what I call the social reviews. So let's say you watching the Falcons, and I hate to get on the Falcons, but I got to get on them. You watching the Falcons and they lost again. You can go to negative star reviews and hit them up with negative stars and be like, you know what? -5 stars. They need to fire Dan Quinn. They need to get rid of Matt Ryan. They
Tim
need to build around.
Dimitrov, yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
right,
So that has nothing to do with consumer related issues. That is just a social review that will be able the subscribers to my app will be able to post on my app, and they can have that voice. There won't be any restitution. That's just the social review side. Or
right.
you went to your partner's house and his girl cooked some food and it was the worst food ever. -5 star, -3 star. Man, my boy homegirl needs some cooking lessons. Those greens was just nasty. -5 stars. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
no
it's
doubt,
a
no
little
doubt.
something that it's never been done before. There's no place on the planet where you can leave a -star review. There's no place on the planet that there's a review business and a social media platform
Right,
built into one. You understand? Also, to make our reviews legit, our subscribers are going to have to upload their proof of purchase. So if you have your receipt, excluding your personal information, your credit card and all that stuff, you're going to upload your receipt to show that this is not a bogus review. These aren't fake reviews. These are real reviews that need to be addressed.
right,
If you don't have a review, you can upload a video. Like if they tripping on you at the restaurant and it's something that need to be, spoke on, you take that video, you upload it to -star reviews, and you hit them up, and we're gonna
right.
hold them accountable. That one other thing. There was a gentleman, I can't think of his name. He's a Grammy Award winning saxophone trumpist, and his son was harassed by some young girl saying that he
Yes,
stole
at
her
a
phone.
hotel. At a
Right.
hotel. Yeah, I remember that.
So
Yeah.
if my app was in place, he could have hit that hotel up and boom, held him accountable. I reached out to him and he liked the idea. So he knows about it, but this situation is kind of fizzling out a little bit. So that opportunity is really a missed opportunity because
Right.
they're already working on holding that hotel responsible. But
Right.
that's just an example of how versatile my business will be. Anywhere that there's a business transaction on the face of this planet, you can use my business.
Right. No doubt.
Yeah,
No doubt. And I think it's well needed. When you told me about that, the -star reviews,
yeah,
that you was planning that app and what it was all about, and I sit down and I said, wow, like, Quentin, your mind, what I'm saying, you don't, like you said, you don't think like the normal, what I'm saying, you think outside the box. And that's
absolutely.
that's great. That's great.
I
-star
appreciate that,
reviews
man.
is well needed because so many times I went to Waffle House and I'm like, yo, come on now, burning
Yeah,
the what I'm saying, the home fries, like what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, come on, that thing ain't
right,
supposed to. They're not supposed to be crispy. They're supposed to be tasting smooth, not crunching, and then sometimes the grits, grits all watery and stuff. Like, come on, man. I know it's
right,
instant grits. I know it's instant, but come on.
right, right.
Put a little sugar, salt, and pepper, something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if you're dissatisfied to the point, if you're dissatisfied to the point where it warrants a -star review, that platform will be available to you. The app will be ready as soon as I stop nitpicking with these guys. I just want to make sure when we hit the floor hard. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt,
So
no
we
doubt.
we already there. I can drop the app right now if I wanted to, but I'm fine tuning it and I'm getting it together where it's going to be a basic app in the beginning. But just because it's going to be a basic app doesn't mean that it needs to be crap. You
Right,
understand what I'm saying?
no
And it
doubt,
got my name on it. It got my heart into it. It got everything that I believe in it. So when we drop it, it got to be hot. You understand? So
no doubt.
yeah, we ready, man. We ready. We're going to give the consumer that voice that they've been wanting. And when our customers come into your place of business, you need to treat them right,
No
And
doubt.
my customers, when they walk in there, they need to have that phone and just lay it on the table with the app already on. And if your service is unsatisfactory,
Click.
you just go ahead and start doing your thing. And on the
Right,
other side, just know your boy is receiving that, and we're reaching out to those companies, and we're gonna make stuff happen. We're gonna get some type of restitution for our customers, and we're gonna help make these companies better. We're gonna give them that microscopic view of what's happening in their service processes that's gonna make their business better. So yeah, we're there, man.
No doubt, no doubt. So you got the book. The book is out. I
Yes,
am
sir.
affirmations of for children.
Yes,
Then we
sir.
got the negative star review app coming out soon. Anything
Yes, sir.
else that thinking outside the box? Anything else that you're planning? I'm just trying to dig in your brain to see what's next. What's next? Because I know
Oh yeah.
Q is thinking about something for the next 5 years. So anything
Oh,
else that is in mind or in the works or just a thought process? Anything?
absolutely, man. Well, concerning the book, there are 25 different characters in this book. Each one of these characters are going to have their own book. So the I Am Beautiful character, the very first one, and I made that on purpose, thinking about my daughters. It's going to be a book about being beautiful, and it's going to be about little girls. It's going to be a book explaining to them or giving them the opportunity to have the conversation with their parents about being beautiful in every situation. And I won't give out the details, but that character is going to have a book. The I Am Handsome character, he's going to have his book, and so
Right.
forth and so on. So yeah, there are 25 more books attached to this book.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's
Yeah.
up. If you just joining us, we got Mr. Q, Quentin Harris, author and entrepreneur of I Am Affirmation for Children, also the founder of the Negative Star Review app that is coming out soon, man. Q, it's
Yo,
5:48, 5:48. We got 12 more minutes. We got 12 more minutes. I can't let you go that easy, man.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, I already
Okay,
hit
so I'm
Edith
gonna
up.
I'm gonna
Edith,
just
Edith knows
kind of
what's happening.
say it again.
Edith knows what's happening. I
She
won't
know
be
what's
late, but
happening.
Edith
Shout out to
knows
Miss
that
E. Miss
I'll
E, I
be
know
there.
she's probably watching this show right now. So shout out to
I hope
Miss E.
so.
Patient Actions in the building. All right,
Yeah.
so I just want to pick your mind a little bit about what's going on around the world right now, just to kind of see, what your thoughts about it. Not trying to take anything away from what we got going on tonight, but let's start off with the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry situation, where she felt that she was treated badly from the royal family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, some people. I read a lot of comments online, and some people were saying that, what do you expect? You should have known that this family is not going to bring in a black person. They never did. And y'all trying to change the game. So what do you expect? We shouldn't, so forth and so forth. Some people felt like, it's time for a change. You know what I'm saying? We going into 21st century, 22nd century, where that, enough of, you know, uh, hidden interracial relationship is out there. It needs to be said. It needs to be shown that, look, it's part of being unity. What's your thoughts about it? I don't know if you read too much about it, but what's your thought about it? Because believe it or not, what Meghan Markle is going through, she should be reading I Am book. You know what I'm saying? Just because I think she was having self-esteem issues.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what I'm saying. What's your
Right,
thoughts
right.
about that?
Yeah. So I don't keep up with it too much, but I do know what you're talking about. And the only thing that I can say is this, Prince Harry, that's Prince Harry, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Prince Harry has always been the different one. You know what I'm saying? So when it came out that he was dating a African American, or I don't even know if she identifies as African American, honestly. But when I found out that he was not dating the normal type of, you know, queen princess type lady,
Right.
it
Understood.
didn't surprise me. He's always been, a little off the chain. He he's like I
They
think
say
I
they
am.
say he kind of resembled himself like his mom. You know how his mom was not the
Absolutely.
average princess.
Not a
His other
traditional
brother
type
William,
princess.
yes, his other brother William is more like the dad.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Right. Yeah.
Hmm. Right. And so, knowing that about him, the family, it shouldn't have been a shock to them that that's the way he went. You know what I mean? It
Right.
shouldn't have been a shock that he broke tradition and that's who he brought home. From a parent standpoint, my girls would grow up and they're going to bring home who they feel is best suitable for them, not for me. The only thing that I can do is lay the foundation, bro. Lay the foundation,
Right.
and they should be able to pick whomever they want to pick because they have a strong foundation that I laid.
Right.
Me accepting them or not is on me. It has nothing to do with them and their decision. And if that's the case where the queen and everybody else in that castle treated Megan unsatisfactory, she should hit them up on negative stars. No, I'm just kidding. Really?
Get a royal family a -5, a -5.
Put them on there so I can hit them up and say, hey, y'all need to join my corporate integrity program. and I charge based on your revenue. So that'll be a nice little client to have. We
got money out the yin yang. They got money out of the yin yang.
And pay me in the British pound. Don't pay me in US dollars.
Yeah, we want the British pound. Matter of fact, we want the yen. We want the yen.
We don't want the yen. The yen ain't doing too good right now.
Ain't doing too good.
That pound.
The pound?
Nice.
Okay.
So yeah, pay me in the British pound. But
I got you.
On the other side though, those two got married. They knew what it was. Don't act like you just thought you were gonna go in that castle and everything's gonna be cool. Come on, right. Man, stop tripping.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I think they did make the move to leave the castle. Not just because they were rejecting her, but you're not a traditional prince anyway, Prince Harry. I didn't see him living in that castle with her anyway. Well, he wasn't gonna live in the castle with them. They were gonna have their, what did they make him, a duke? I think they make him a duke of somewhere.
Duchess of Sussex. Yeah, something like that.
Whatever. But if they were true to themselves from the get-go, this little the black thing, what the baby gonna look like, man, they already know what was up with that. So I sympathize with them because they're having a problem, but they're in a position in their life and in their financial life that, man, they can break away and still be good. You know what I mean? Right. Eventually things will work themselves out because I'm let me tell you, those grandkids, they got power, man. I'm telling you, I seen it in my own life. My children, when they came, my mama had to get some stuff together, bro. And, my mom, she's actually in the nursing home right now. I ain't talking bad about her. But the truth of the matter is, when my first little girl was born, some of the issues my mother and I had, my mama came through. Mama put in some work, and she did what was right by those kids, man. Right. And I think that as the grandbaby, I think they have one kid, I don't know, but as that grandchild grows up and they start seeing themselves in that baby, oh man, they're gonna get it together. They'll get it together. Yeah.
I'm looking at the television right now. I didn't know that President Biden was here in town. President Biden and Vice President Harris. They're actually across the street. They're across the street from where we at, Emory University, and I have the TV on mute, but I'm hoping, well, not hoping that they are talking about the spa shooting that we had earlier this week here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it happened, and these type of things. I should say that it's unexpected. They try to. When I say they, I guess the gentleman that went into the place and shot up the two spas. I guess they're trying to downplay it as Hugh had a sex addiction somewhat, but we all know that that's not the case. That was straight up. I hate racism. I hate crime, basically, and it's not tolerant. It should be not. Not on the Asian side or any side, African American side, anything. What's your thoughts about that? I see that we got 4 more minutes. What's your thought about that?
Yeah. So, I did see that on the, I think I saw it on YouTube, maybe in Facebook. But yeah, man, I think that if he did have a sexual addiction, that's
I
one
doubt
thing.
it. I doubt it.
Well,
I
let's just
doubt
play
it.
devil's advocate and say he did have a sexual addiction. Dude, you targeted Asian women though. You understand what I'm saying? You
Right.
targeted a specific group of people. I haven't read the law, what determines a hate crime, but to target a specific group of people, then I think it's a hate crime.
It is. It
You can
is.
have a sexual addiction. Is it just a sexual addiction for Asian women? You know what I mean? I don't know the in and outs of his thinking on that, but he targeted those people. And for me, it seems like a hate crime to me. But yes, they did try to downplay it. They say he had a bad day. He was at his
Yeah.
wit's end, and he was just, he was just done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know that don't be surprised. They sugarcoat everything when it comes to the other side.
Right.
My statement is that to the Asian community, it's time for you to embrace your Black sisters and brothers
Right.
and join us in helping tear down the walls of discrimination.
Right.
Help us tear down the walls of just being treated as second-class citizens when, we live in a world where we're just dominated on every side. And we have these issues every single week, almost every day, where there's some discriminatory act towards minorities. I don't see a lot of Asians walking hand in hand with African Americans. And this is just me. Maybe I haven't looked hard enough, but I would like to see the Asian community and the Black community build their relationships and build their ties together. And we can help each other as far
Right.
as what's going on in this world, as far as discrimination is concerned.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. It's 5:58, 5:58. 2 more minutes left on the JMO Talk Show. Quentin, man, I want to thank you for coming in, stopping by and making this happen. This was a long time coming.
Yes, sir.
We brainstormed. We try to figure out how am I going to get Q on the show. And I say, you know what? I'm going to change the time. And I know a lot of people probably tuning in and saying, wait, Russ on? I thought he's on at 8 o'clock. We're back at 8 o'clock next week, okay? We only did the 5 o'clock hour for Mr. Q Harris, of course, of work situation. But Q, you got a good book here, man. And
Thank
as
you.
promised, I'm going to make sure that my hometown, the U.S. Virgin Islands, is going to get some kind of copy, whether at the hospital, at the daycare, somewhere. We're going to get this book down to the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's a good book, inspired by Mr. Q, 2 kids. His 2 daughters, Quincy and Quinn Harris. I
Thank you.
Am Affirmations for Children. It's a great book, very quality book, very strong book, and a lot of illustration, beautiful illustration of the book, man. Congratulations, man, and
Thank you.
all the best on the Negative Star Review app, man. I see that you're making moves. You're making moves.
Always.
Again, anything you want to say? Before we go, give out if anyone want to purchase the book. I want you to let them know where they can purchase the book, how much the book costs, and any shout outs, social media shout outs you want to give again before you go.
Absolutely. You can purchase the book at mrqharris.com. So it's mrqharris.com. If you purchase it from the website, then it's going to charge you shipping. If you're local, then there's another link that I need to actually add up there where you can purchase it without the shipping, where you can Cash App me, you can Venmo me, Zelle me. Actually, go to my Facebook. Actually, go to my Facebook page. It's under Negative Star Reviews and with my name, Quentin Harris. And there are some links on there where you can click on and you can buy the book without the shipping. If you know me personally, just text me. I'll hook you up with the link to purchase without the shipping on it. But yeah, that's the main spot, mrqharris.com. I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG. I'm on YouTube. Mr. Q Harris, yeah. Shout out to my wife, Raquel. My 2 daughters, Quincy and
Listen,
Quinn.
Mrs. Harris been working this Facebook Live, man. Look, that's your #1 supporter right there. So
Yo,
shout
man.
out to Miss Raquel Harris, man. She's been doing big. I'm watching the Facebook Live and I'm like, yo, that's what you're talking about support, man. So
Yeah,
good
man.
support system. So shout out to Miss Harris, man, for having
That's right.
your husband
International
back.
support right there. She
No
she
doubt,
she
no
bringing
doubt.
the whole Brazil to the table, yo.
Yes, we bring in Rio de Janeiro to the
Not
to the
Sao
Facebook Live.
Paulo. Sao Paulo.
Sao
Don't
Paulo.
say
Okay.
Rio, man. She'll get mad. Sao
She
Paulo.
got back? Okay, Sao Paulo.
Yeah,
Sao
man.
Paulo, my
You
bad.
got it. Yeah, man. They real picky about their city, bro.
Okay, Sao
Because a
Paulo, pick
soccer
up
team
yourself.
is associated with the city, and
Okay.
soccer is brutal, bro. Trust me.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, man. But yeah, just shout
She-
out to my wife and my children, man. To my family, my everybody, everyone that supported me, man. I appreciate it. I don't take it lightly. Anyone that blesses my family, their family will be blessed 100-fold. So I appreciate it, man. Really do, from the bottom of my heart.
no problem, man. No problem. But Q, man,
Yo,
you know what time it is. It's about to get. Listen, we was really busy this whole week, so I
yeah.
know you about to get slammed. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but no doubt, we take care, we handle things, man, and
It is what it is.
have a good weekend, man, and
Thank you,
all the
brother.
best again. Proud of you, man. I am affirmations for children is in
Go get
stores
it.
now. Make sure you get your copy.
Go get
I'm
it.
asking, I'm asking all my peeps that involved in children healthcare or human services, social services. Go ahead and purchase a book. Purchase one book and see if you like it, which I know you will. And go ahead. Let's make it happen. Let's get some books in these daycares, children hospital, regular hospitals, you name it. It's in stores
Absolutely.
now, man. No
Go
doubt.
get it.
All right, man. Q, much love to you, man. We'll talk later,
Appreciate
man.
you.
And all the best, man. Shout out to everybody for making this happen. Miss Raquel Harris, thank you again, man. All right,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
Peace.
Salute.
All right, for sure. That was Mr. Q Harris. The 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 hold on a second. Okay, that was Mr. Q Harris, author, entrepreneur of I Am Affirmations for Children book. Is in stores now, so make sure you get your copy, man. Great book, great quality book. Q Harris making major moves, man. And also look out for his app. Negative Star Reviews is coming out soon, man. So if you're at any restaurants or any place of business and you have bad service, you could go on his app and leave a negative star, and we go from there. All right. Q Harris, man, my man, doing big things, man. All right, the 604 again. We're gonna be back next week. Next week we're gonna be back at the regular time. Next week we're gonna have a great show in store for y'all, man. We have the JMO Talk Show. We're making moves, man. We're making moves. Next week we're gonna have the president for Piney Woods School. Hold on, let me get my little book here, my little cheat sheet here. Yes, next week, Friday, March 26th, the president of Piney Woods Country Life School, Mr. William Crossley. He's going to be my virtual guest next week, man. So, anyone that been to Piney Woods School, I know a lot of people from the Virgin Islands have went to Piney Woods School. Back in the days, if there was athletic or high scholars and stuff. When I say high scholars, like high scholars into scholastic sports. They went to Piney Wood School. People like Robbie Smalls, Carrie, my good friend Carrie, also Dr. Donald. Aria Donald, she also went to Piney Wood School. So, and a lot more people. So, anyway, we're going to talk to the president, Mr. William Crossley. He's going to be in the building next week, Wednesday, on the JMO Talk Show. Then next month, I think I have two or three more artists going to be on the show next week, next month, April. All right, so keep it locked. And of course, we're going to be doing big things for the JMO Talk Show. 7th year anniversary, man, is coming up in May. So we're going to be doing big things, man. Yes, I like how the year have started. We've been consistent, and I love it, man. Shout out to everybody for supporting the JMO Talk Show each and every Friday night at 8 p.m. And of course, tonight with our special edition. Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to everybody on Facebook Live again. Miss Harris, Miss Raquel Harris, thank you for tuning in. Lisa Lee, all the way from NYC, thank you for tuning in. My sister Shannon Sills, thank you for tuning in. El Bu, thank you for tuning in. Royo, all the way from St. Thomas, Rock City, thank you for tuning in. My big brother Oriel, thank you for tuning in. Cousin Butch, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Hey, Dawson the Mayor, big up yourself. Brian Jones, thank you for tuning in. Who else we got? Miss Louise Brown, thank you for tuning in. My classmate, Kelson Jordan, thank you for tuning in. Kayamba, big up yourself. Tiffany Chichester, thank you for tuning in. My good friend, Captain Ren, Yemen Radio, big up yourself. My cousin, Kevin Sills, classmate, Idita Selfridge, and also my cousin, Philip Wade, big up yourself. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all, man. All right, that's it for tonight. It's 6:07, 6:07. Again, we're going to be back again at the regular time next week on Friday, March 26th at 8 p.m. All right? Again, I want to thank my good colleague, Mr. Quentin Q. Harris, for a great show, man. Make sure you get his book. It's in stores now. For more info, you can go and hit him up at Mr. Q Harris at gmail.com. All right, that's Mr. Q Harris at yahoo.com. I'm sorry, that's MRQ Harris at yahoo.com. Let me rephrase that. For to get more information of I Am affirmations for children, you can hit him up at Mr. Q Harris at yahoo.com. All right, that's it for tonight. 6:08. Appreciate y'all, man. Again, thank y'all again for tuning in to the hottest talk show on the net with yours truly, Russ Sills, the JMO Talk Show. Signing out. Peace and hair grease. One love.